Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Sports Fan Network, and I'm Travis.
And I'm Andrew.
And today in our video we got the NFL wildcard preview between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. And this might not be the most exciting matchup over the weekend, but it's definitely going to be fun because, one, this is the first time the Bills have made the playoffs since 1999. If you don't remember the last time the Bills have made the playoffs, the Music City Miracle loss happened, and that's been debated all the way up until today if it was a forward pass or not. So this is a very exciting time for Bills fans as they ushered in a new era under Sean McDermott, who's done a great job of turning this franchise around and getting them back to the postseason for the first time in a very long time. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the keys to the game, looking at each team's offense and defense. So Andrew, I'll start with you. How has the Bills' offense done this year?
Yeah, it's really interesting with the Bills here. They're a team here that they snuck in the playoffs at the last second here with that Ravens losing to the Bengals, and they have a negative point differential, which is very interesting. They're only averaging 18.9 points per game, and really it's because they just don't have a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball in terms of the passing game. Tyrod Taylor's a very inconsistent passer. This season he's been benched sometimes for Nathan Peterman, who's been quite possibly even worse. Actually, he has been worse. He had that 5-interception game against the Chargers, which was just rough. And they really rely on their running game heavily. LaShawn McCoy has had another solid year again, although he is injured, which is something to really watch out for in this game. Because if he cannot go in this game, that's huge for the Bills' offense because they just don't have any weapons really outside of Kelvin Benjamin, who to me is not really a top-tier wide receiver anyway on the outside. And we'll talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars defense later, but the Jacksonville Jaguars cornerbacks are just shutdown cornerbacks on either side of the ball. So it's just going to be really tough for the Bills really here on offensively. They really need to do a good job of trying to establish some type of passing attack because if they are one-dimensional in this game, I think it's over. The Jacksonville Jaguars defense is too good for them to be one-dimensional.
Yeah, really, they added Kelvin Benjamin, midway through the season, trying to add another weapon to this offense, and he's really looked lost out there. He hasn't really looked like a great fit so far. It's only first few games he's been playing with them this season. Maybe he'll do better next year. But really, yeah, this LaShawn McCoy injury is a big problem for them because he's been pretty much the entire offense, him and Tyrod Taylor. He ran for 1,138 yards and 6 touchdowns. And it's an ankle injury, and he makes a lot of hard cuts. So that's going to be a pretty big factor to this game if he even suits up. If he does, he's going to have the ankle injury bothering him. But I think Tyrod Taylor is like an interesting player. I think he can be electric at times. Obviously, he's kind of got his throwing problems, but he's a very good runner. He's a very good dual threat quarterback. He could still develop into a better pocket passer. I just don't think they got enough weapons around him to make him succeed through the air. But moving on to this defense, how has the Bills' defense done this year?
Very inconsistent. Sean McDermott's a defensive-minded head coach, and some games they look very good defensively, and other games they've really gotten shackled out there on the defensive side of the ball. Their secondary is a strong point of this defense. When you look at Micah Hyde, who's acquired from the Green Bay Packers in free agency, he had 5 interceptions on the season. He had a really good year overall. And the rookie Tre'Davious White as a cornerback, 4 interceptions. He's a legitimate defensive rookie of the year candidate right now. And, there are some bright spots on this defense, but like I said, they're very inconsistent. And what they're going to need to do in this game is stop the run because Jacksonville, we're going to talk about Blake Bortles here in a second, but it's not like Blake Bortles is necessarily an elite quarterback here, and they rely heavily on the run in Jacksonville with Leonard Fournette. So the Bills are going to have to do a good job of stopping the run to make sure that Jacksonville is one-dimensional in terms of the passing game overall.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting game because neither team has a very good quarterback. And it's a rare matchup because a lot of teams, to make the postseason, you have to have a good quarterback. But we'll talk about the Jaguars' offense. Blake Bortles has played better this year.
Right.
Still not very good, but he has improved good enough for them to get back into the postseason. But the main reason why Jacksonville Jaguars are where they're at right now is because of that defense. It all starts with their secondary, which is elite. They got Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye, 2 shutdown corners going up against your 2 best wide receivers. You also have a stacked defensive line with Calais Campbell, who I think, he could be a legitimate defensive player of the year. He's just had a monster season making plays in the backfield, getting a lot of sacks. And this team is known as Sacksonville. They had 55 sacks and 21 interceptions. This is one of the best defenses we've seen in a long time, and they really don't have much weaknesses.
Yeah, I mean, at every single level of defense, they have a Pro Bowl level type of player there. Even when you look at their linebacking core, they might have the fastest linebacking core in the league. When you look at Telvin Smith and Miles Jack, those guys can go sideline to sideline. They cover tight ends and running backs out of the backfield. They get physical in the running game. There's just no weakness on this Jacksonville defense. Really one weakness maybe that you could maybe say it's a stretch is their running defense is not as strong as their passing defense, but their passing defense is so historically great that, I don't really think it's that big of a deal in terms of, that big of a discrepancy there. So this Jacksonville defense is absolutely loaded. I think they're going to have their way with the Bills in this game unless the Bills can somehow establish that running game early on if LaShawn McCoy is really going out there having a good game. I want to talk about their offense here. Blake Bortles, he's gotten a lot of hate this season. When you look at, Jadeveon Clowney, the Seahawks players, kind of talking trash about him, literally calling him trash. And he's played well over the past month or so of the season, but he's really been a game manager at best for this team. Head coach Doug Marrone has said in the past that if it was up to him, they wouldn't throw the ball at all. And a lot of that has to do with Blake Bortles, but also to do with the fact that Leonard Fournette is an absolute beast, and he really jumpstarts his offense in the running game.
So who do you have winning this game?
Yeah, I have to go with Jacksonville in this one. Like I said, I just don't feel like the Bills can generate any offense. And Jacksonville's defense has been so great all season long that at home, I just feel like they're going to shut down the Bills in a very low-scoring affair, and it's going to be a close one for the Jacksonville Jaguars in a very low-scoring, ugly game.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning. I think that defense is way too elite. You're able to slow down the Bills' offense, and they got that great running back in Leonard Fournette. He's had a terrific rookie season. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to handle this one pretty easily at home and have the home crowd. This team is very talented on defense, and, yeah, that's why I have winning this game. So thank you guys so much for watching our video. Let us know in the comments below who do you think is going to win. If you agree with us, if you disagree with us, let's keep this conversation going.
Yeah, thanks guys for watching. Once again, make sure to like us on Facebook. We'll be posting content on there. Thanks guys for watching. We're really happy for the playoffs to be starting. Lots of great football coming up.